It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. A Cardiff-based out-of-home care provider faces a bleak future after being stripped of a major government contract. Premier Youthworks was subjected to a government audit after a Four Corners investigation of child protection. The not-for-profit company has now lost its contract, reported to be worth $20 million a year in 2015. The Herald reports the company employs 300 staff to care for 90 children, with the Department of Family and Community Services looking to transition the children to alternative providers in July. Hunter residents suffering through pain as they wait months for surgery are having their voice heard by state Labor. Charlestown MP Jody Harrison is issuing a plea to the state government to improve wait times for orthopaedic surgeries, despite the government's My Hospital's website claiming a wait time of just 72 days. Jody Harrison says the John Hunter Hospital is failing in comparison to others of its kind.
Priority cases are allocated first in, and that's fine, and that's the way that it certainly should be. But when we have John Hunter Hospital with wait times of at least 12 months for surgeries such as hip replacements, but other hospitals within New South Wales having much shorter wait times, 3 months in one particular instance, then there's a real problem with the system.
Having missed out in the federal budget, Newcastle Council is looking to next month's state budget to fund some key projects. Council is looking for money towards feasibility studies into a Wickham ferry terminal, the expansion of the light rail line, and the development of the Lower Hunter freight rail corridor from Hexham to Fassifern. Council is also expected to revive the push for the redevelopment of the city's art gallery. In a smart move, Hunter Water is applying for planning approval now to build a water desalination plant at Belmont, yet they have no intention of building the project anytime soon. The plant would be a last resort emergency measure if the Hunter ran out of water, and securing planning approval now will reduce the time it takes to build the plant in a crisis situation. Renee Fedder from Hunter Water says the backup desalination plant provides another level of comfort.
So our approach to water conservation is all about buying time before the next major water source is needed. That allows us the opportunity to embrace new technologies, try other innovative solutions as we work towards a resilient and sustainable water future.
Newcastle entrepreneurs will benefit from $300,000 worth of state funding to be invested into local startups. It comes as thousands of jobs are created through new technologies, with universities, business groups and co-working spaces encouraged to apply for the boost. Parliamentary Secretary for the Hunter, Scott McDonald, says Newcastle has the ideas but needs the support to succeed.
There'll be more business done through the internet. We're turning more into a service-based industries. And look, I think the Newcastle region is well placed for that. We've got a very strong academic sector through the University of Newcastle that is on the front foot in places like the defence industry, health, higher education. So I think we've got the element. Now we just want to give a bit of support to those businesses that can turn that into jobs for the future.
Thousands of Hunter school children are preparing to sit their NAPLAN test today, with 1 in 5 completing the test on a computer for the first time. Students in years 3, 5, 7 and 9 will be tested on reading, writing and maths abilities, with the results used to chart the progress of students and their schools. However, some principals, teachers and the state's education minister have been calling for the tests to be scrapped, saying it's not being used for its original purpose.
Sport for our sponsor PRD Nationwide East Maitland.
They'll be up against future English Premier League players, but the Newcastle Jets youth team are heading to Hong Kong to win the Sevens tournament. The Jets leave for Hong Kong tomorrow and have been drawn alongside English Premier League club Newcastle United and Scottish club Glasgow Rangers. Meanwhile, Jets forward Dimi Petratos and former Jet Andrew Naboot have been named in Socceroos coach Bert van Marwijk's 26-player squad. Van Marwijk says while it was difficult to make the required cuts to his preliminary squad, he feels he will have a balanced and eager group of professionals to work with in Turkey and Austria. Newcastle trainer Ben Smith is waiting for the results of tests on star mare In Her Time after her Doomben 10,000 run, but says plans to return north for the $1.5 million Stradbroke handicap is still on the table. And Belmont have bounced back in round 6 of the Newcastle baseball competition, recording an 11-7 win over Boomerangs at Mayfield. And the winning numbers in Monday Lotto are 12, 17, 45, 28, 20 and 25, and the supplementaries are 29 and 39. 2NURFM News Time, 25 to 9.